Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tuesday morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the uptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures, gold, and crude oil are all slightly lower in the pre-market on Tuesday morning. Now, the market isn't waiting for any major economic numbers to come out in the pre-market. We do get some important numbers coming out later in the morning. And then starting tomorrow, if we do get a government shutdown, then the collection and distribution of a lot of the regular numbers is going to come to a halt. So that could, I don't know what exactly it's going to do to the market, but the market will not be normal after that happens. Now, the metals are doing really well at the moment. We saw a big update for copper yesterday, new high for gold, for platinum, for silver. And then the copper miners, the gold miners, the silver miners all doing very well, making new highs on Monday. Looking at the VIX had an inside day, still trading below the top of the flypaper channel, and no sign that anyone wants to take control of the VIX ETFs at this time. So that is still bullish for the market going into October. Looking at the Canadian market, there's a new closing high for the iShares for the TSX 60, for the Vanguard Canada ETF, almost a new high there. And then for stocks outside of Canada, there's a new high as well. New high for small caps, new high for the Venture Exchange. Then looking at energy stocks, it looks like they peaked on Friday with a bearish reversal day and then pulled back yesterday into the channel. So certainly a possibility of a sell signal for the energy sector on Tuesday. Then looking at financials, we're still above the upper channel line. Banks still closing above the upper channel line. Technology stocks dropped last week, haven't really recovered. Lots of technology stocks not doing well at the moment. There's Constellation Software, Dye & Durham. There we've got the CGI Group, we've got Kinaxis, we've got Quarterhill, and then we've got BlackBerry going in the opposite direction, closing slightly higher on Monday. Looking at the U.S. market, no major changes here on Monday. We did have a dip last Thursday, and the market came back on Friday. So there's the Vanguard total market, the Dow, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100. Then we've got the Russell. You can see the big dip last Thursday, bigger dip for small cap stocks, and micro cap stocks are still holding up, still on a buy signal, but there's certainly a possibility of a sell signal on Tuesday. The energy sector, just like on the Canadian market, peaked on Friday, pulled back on Monday, and certainly there's a possibility of a sell signal on Tuesday. Financials came back after dipping on Thursday, came back on Monday, back on a buy signal. The bank's still on a sell signal, closing slightly lower yesterday. And then we've got the semiconductors making a new high on Monday. What's not working? Consumer staples are in the doghouse at the moment. The biggest winner on the S&P 500 yesterday was Western Digital. On the NASDAQ 100, it was AppLovin. And on the Dow 30, it was NVIDIA was the big winner of the day, still unable to make a new higher high. Okay, folks, that is all for this morning's presentation. So far, it looks like we're going to have a fairly quiet open. We're moving from September to October, and I would certainly expect volatility to expand in October. We've gone quite a while where we have not had a lot of volatility expansion. And so we're certainly expecting that in the month of October, especially coming into a U.S. government shutdown. That could add to the volatility with the market looking for numbers that aren't there anymore and wondering just what the heck they should be doing based on information they don't have. Enjoy the rest of your day. Next time you'll hear my voice is on Wednesday morning.
Thanks for tuning in until the very end of today's stock market timing educational video. If you found the content valuable, don't forget to express your support by hitting the like button, leave a comment, sharing with your friends, and subscribing to our channel for more insightful updates. Remember, in the world of stocks, timing is crucial, and following the trend can be your greatest ally. If you would like more information on how we can help you better time the stock market, please visit theuptrend.com.